Welcome back to tutorial and past question tips by Salah Rahim at No Big Deal Academy. Today we are going to look at group distributions and Z-rows conversions. We have two questions under this group distributions, and we have a table for that. So the table is reading 10 to 18 and is having a frequency of 2. 19 to 27 is having a frequency of 3. 28 to 36 and is having a frequency of 5. 37 to 45 and is having a frequency of 9. 46 to 54 and is having a frequency of 12. And 55 to 63 and is having a frequency of 9. 64 to 72 and is having a frequency of 5. 73 to 81 frequency of 3. And 82 to 90 frequency of 2. And we are given a question to convert 70% and 35% to Z-score. If you are given this kind of questions, what you need to do is to first know the formula. But before we go into the solution, and we are given another question to convert Z-score 2 and minus 1.5 to row scores. So what we need to do first, we have to calculate the first one, and the formula for Z-score is X minus mean all over standard deviation. So if we are calculating this, we have to find the mean first. We have to get the mean first, and the formula for mean is sum of fx all over sum of f. So this is the table I actually have for it. So to find the mean, we are going to find the midpoint to get our x, and to get our f, and to get our f of x. If you notice very well, we just do copy and paste from the data they give us, 10 to 18, 19 to 27. Then we try to add 10 plus 18 all over 2 to get the midpoint, and the midpoint is what will give us the x. Our x is 14. When we add 10 plus 18 all over 2, we have 14. When we have 19 plus 24 over 2, 19 plus 27 over 2, we have 23, like that. So that's how we got this, our x. And our f also is always given, and the formula for mean is sum of fx all over sum of f. So sum of fx, it has to be, when we multiply our x by f, we get our f of x. Then after we got our f of x, we have to sum it to get our sum of f of x. Then this is our sum of f of x, which is 2,500, and our sum of f is 50. That is where we have sum of x all over f. Sum of f is 2,500 divided by 50, and that is what's giving us our mean. So we have gotten our mean, and the formula we have there is x minus mean all over standard deviation. So now that we have gotten our mean, we need to calculate our standard deviation, and the formula for standard deviation is this. The formula for standard deviation is this particular one here. So we have summation f, x minus x bar square all over sum of f. So that is the formula for standard deviation. We have to split this inside the table so that we can get our value of standard deviation. Our x will always remain, since we have already calculated our midpoint. then we put it together with our frequency. Then x minus x bar means that we are minusing our x, which is 14, 23, 32, minus the mean that we get. And our mean that we get here is 50. So we have to minus it. That is 14 minus 50, 23 minus 50, 32 minus 50, 41 minus 50. It will now give us our x. That is minus 36, minus 27, minus 18, minus 9, 0, 9, 18, 27, 36. That is what will give us our x minus x bar. Then after we have gotten our x minus x bar, we have to put it in square. Minus 36 times minus 36, it will give us 1296. 1296. The second one will give us 729. The third one will give us 324 minus the fourth one will give us 81. The fourth one will give us 0, 81, 324, 929, 1296. Then our fx minus x bar, that is, we are going to square what we have, we are going to multiply what we have squared by our frequency. That is 2, 3 multiplied by the one we have as our x minus x bar square. So that is how we got this. It means that the frequency multiplied by the rows that we have x minus x bar, the value that we have there, we are going to multiply it and add everything to get our sum of fx minus x bar square. So this is it. That is 14256. So we are going to put it in our formula. And the formula of standard deviation is sum of f x minus x bar square all over sum of f. So we are going to add the sum of f. The sum of f is 50, and 14256 is the sum of x minus x bar square. We are going to divide it. When we divide it, then we are going to put it in square root. So 16.885. That is how we get our standard deviation. Then after we have already gotten our standard deviation, what next is going to be, we are going to convert to z. We are going to convert to z, and to convert to z score, we are going to use this formula x minus x bar all over sd. Remember that we have calculated our mean and we have calculated our standard deviation. The z there is the standard score, which has already been, that is what we want to calculate. Then the x there is the row score. The row score is given, which is 70, and another one they give us 35. So we are going to calculate it one after the other. Then the mean is the x bar and the SD is the standard deviation. Then we input all those values. So our values are already completed now. For 70%, we are converting it back to Z score. So we have our x to be 70, our mean to be 50, and our standard deviation to be 6.89. Then Z is going to be x minus x bar all over standard deviation. Our x is given in the question, which says 70 minus the mean that we just calculated, which is 50, all over the standard deviation. That's the one we just calculated also. That's 16.89. Then after we have done the division, it will give us 1.19. Then for the second value they gave us to convert to z is 35%. So our new x now will now be 35. Our mean will remain as 50, and our standard deviation will remain as 16.85. So our z now will now be x minus x bar all over standard deviation. That is 35 minus 50 all over 16.89. So we have 15 all over 16.89, and the answer will have to give us minus 0.89. So that's how to calculate z score. That is, you are converting to z score. Then we have another question that said we should convert to row score. that is from Z. We already having Z, then we want to convert it to row score. To row score, we have the formula to be x times standard deviation plus the mean. X minus standard deviation plus the mean. So let me show you the formula so that you can have it on your head clearly. So let me just cycle it for us. So this is the formula here. So we have here and we have here. So that is the formula we have. That is x equal to z times the standard deviation plus x bar. The z, they have already given us to be 2. So we are going to calculate. Here we have already calculated the standard deviation and the mean. So we are just going to input their data directly and then we just do the normal calculation. The z is 2, the standard deviation is 16.89, and the mean is 50. So we are just going to input the data directly. That is x equal to 2 times 16.89 plus 50. Then we do the calculation. That's 83.75. So when you times 2 times 16.89 to give you 33.75, then you plus it with the 50 to get 83.85. So now we have calculated the first one, which says z is equal to 2. Then we want to calculate back to we want to calculate 1 minus 1.5. It's the same thing. We are just going to input the data to our formula, which is our formula is always remaining like x equal to z times sd. This is it here. Times sd plus mean. We are already given the mean already. We already calculated the mean as 50 and the SD, that is the standard deviation, as 16.89. So we will be having minus 1.5 multiplied by 16.89 plus 50. So when we multiply minus 1.5 by 16 plus 16.89, we have minus 25.335. Then we are going to add it plus 50. So it's going to give us 24.67. So that is the formula for the Z score. So if you want to calculate for the other one, so let's look at the final question here, coding method for calculating mean. Coding method for calculating mean. To calculate mean using coding method, it has a formula itself also. So and the formula here is also written, and the formula is a plus c sum of x minus a all over n. So we are going to start by calculating the x minus a. We are going to start by calculating x minus a all over c. X minus a all over c, where x is the original data value and a is the assumption mean and c is the class width. So the x is the coded value of x. So we are given the value of x, which is 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36, and 42. Then we are going to find the assumption mean. Assumption mean that we are just going to guess where is the mean. So if you count mean, now this time around we are just going to pick from the center. So we are going to pick from the center and just say 15, 18, 21, 24. That is how many digits? 4. Then we count from the back to 42, 36, 33, 30. So the number that in the middle here is 27. So we are assuming that 27 is our assumption mean. Then we have C, which is the width, the class width. And the class width, how do we get the class width? Is by minusing any value, like that is, if you minus 15 minus 18, that will give you 3. So the bandwidth, the class width is 3. So we are going to create a table for that so that we can understand it very well. The x at the value they give us 15, 18, and x minus a is the assumption mean, that is the x minus a to get our value of um x minus a. So our x of x minus a is now minus 12 minus 9 minus 6 when we minus the x minus our assumption mean. Then x minus a all over c, that is we are going to divide minus 12 all over 3 minus 9 over 3 minus 6 all over 3 minus 3 all over 6. That is how we get this particular value that is here. Then after that, we are going to put it in the original formula, which says x bar equal to absorption mean plus c. The c is the class width, so all into multiply by sum of x minus a. We have calculated our x minus a all over n. So our x minus a now, we have calculated it, which gives us 1, and our n, that is the total number of digits in the distribution, that is 9. Then we have 27, that is the absorption mean plus the class width. So that is how we get 27 plus 3, 1 all over 9. So 27 plus 3, 27 plus 3 all over, so 3 times 1 all over 9 now to give us 27 plus 3 over 9. So if you say 3, if you said 9 in 3, give us 3. If you say 3 divided by 3 will give us 1, then 3 in 9 will give us 3. That is 27 plus 1 all over 3. It's equivalent to when you say 27 1 all over 3. Then when you divide 1 over 3 divide by 1 divided by 3 to give you 0.33. When you add it to 27, you get 27.33. That is how we calculate the coding method. So then we have another one here which says we should find a distribution to t-score. What is t-scores? So the formula for t-scores is 50 plus 10z. This time around we are going to calculate for z, which always say x minus the mean all over the standard deviation. So after you calculate it, then you just input the values to the formula, then you find your t-score. The t-score is 50 plus 10z. Okay, so given that they've already given our mean to be 45 and our standard deviation to be 12, so we just input those values inside here. So our x now is 79, because they've already given us x2. That is 79. 79 minus 45 the mean, and all over 12 the standard deviation. So it's going to be 34 all over 12. So when you divide it, you get your z. So the formula is going to, when we input the formula now, it's going to be t equal to 50 plus 10. Then 34 divided by 12 is 2.833, which is going to give you 50 plus 28.33, which is equal to 78.33. So for x equal to 15, that is z, is going to be equal to 15 minus 45 all over 12 equal to minus 30 all over 12. So we get our z to be minus 2.5. So we are going to input our z now into the formula, that is t is equal to 50 plus 10 into bracket minus 2.5. Then we'll do the calculation and get our final answer to be t equal to 25. So thank you so much um, for attending this class. what I would just advise you people to note is that the formula is very, very important. The formula for mean, which is summation fx all over sum of x. Then we have the formula for standard deviation, um, summation f x minus x bar all over x minus x bar square all over sum of f into square root. Then we have the formula for z score, we have the formula for t score. The formula for z score is we have to calculate for the mean and the standard deviation, then we input it into x minus x bar into standard deviation. Then for the t-score, it has to be 50 times the standard deviation plus the mean. So I wish you all the best. If you are finding anything difficult, you can comment so that we can do something tangible together. Thank you and welcome.